Welcome to Behind the Spotlight. I am Crystle Lampitt, and I'm very excited to introduce a Kansas City native one-man band. It's the Brody Buster Band.
Yes.
And this is it.
Yes, one-man band.
This one man playing, how many instruments? 1, 2, 3, 4 at a time?
Yep.
4 instruments at a time. So we've got first song coming up from you, and it's called 2029.
Yes.
Where can we find it?
It's on my newest album, and you can get it on iTunes. It's on iTunes. Whole album is.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, Brody Buster Band with 2029.
Well, they say the sky will be on fire and the ocean starts to rise. Well, it's cold where it's supposed to be hot. The world's upside down on tilt to whirl. I said I think she gave it all she got. There ain't no sense in fighting and no need to worry. No reason to get prepared. So go out and blast on your last few days. Hell on earth, it's been declared. Well, the next one, they say we'll fall from the sky. September 23rd, the year is 2029. The next one, no one will be left alive. September 23rd, all the year is 2029. Now a couple few of things that I want to do before we all burst into flames. Find my long lost baby and tell her that I loved her and how I wish I could have changed. Ain't second best, I'm putting it to the test. I got my friends by my side, cause if we're going out with the boom and a bang, I said we're gonna get rowdy tonight. Well, the next one, they say we'll fall from the sky. September 23rd in the year 2029. The next one, they say we're all gonna die. September 23rd, all the year is 2029. I know one thing, I gotta grab my baby and I'ma put her right by my side. I said, cause all that I said, oh, we're waiting on this September, the year 2029. The world is no matter where you've been, all that matters is where you are. Well, I was sitting back instead of at my house and maybe down the street at the bar. I'm gonna have a big old party and everyone's invited. Tell your neighbors, family, and friends. There ain't nothing to do but let this world end and another one will begin. Well, the next one, they say we'll fall from the sky. September 23rd, the year they say is 2029. The next one, no one will be left alive. September 23rd, all the year they say is 2029. September 23rd, the year they say is 2029.
And that was 2029, and I'm curious to know a little bit more about the inspiration behind 2029.
That one's like a end of days scenario type thing, and I've just written all the verses about how it would go, but at the same time, maybe not to be worried about it.
Not to worry.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it. Anyway.
Was there anything that inspired you to write that? Or just like sci-fi? You're like post-apocalyptic stuff.
Yeah, I was hanging out late at night, and exactly. You hit the nail on the head with that one.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Right, I like it. So you are from Kansas City originally.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about where you grew up, where you started.
I'm originally from Paola, Kansas, and I lived there when I was little. My parents got divorced, and I moved. He got remarried, and I moved to Kansas City when I was like. In high school, I went to Shawnee Mission West for a little bit.
Shawnee Mission West.
Also went to Shawnee Mission Northwest for a little bit.
Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that's about my history in Kansas City. I've always played here in Kansas City forever. Since I was a little kid, I've been playing. My mom played in bands around here. That's kind of how I got started. And I've been playing Kansas City for years and years and years.
Yeah, that's kind of your home, definitely your hometown, right?
Yeah, it's my hometown, and now I'm starting to tour and go out, and this is the first time in a long time that I've actually been touring. So up until now, it's been Kansas City.
Well, but you also lived in Tennessee briefly. Yep. You lived in LA for a bit, so.
Yeah, I lived in LA and played the local scene in LA and did the same thing I'm doing in Kansas City. I did in LA too.
What made you decide to come back to Kansas City?
I love Kansas City for one. LA's awesome. Obviously, cost of living is cheaper in Kansas City, and it's hard enough to be a musician as is. Yeah. And honestly, in the Midwest, it's really easy to tour out of here. And in this part of the country, people really appreciate live music more, I feel like. And there's definitely more places to play here. You would think that because it's a bigger city out there, maybe there'd be more places to play.
Well, it's also very saturated, so maybe here, people appreciate it.
Yeah, here you can tour all the time. All you gotta do is hit I-70 and boom, you can be.
Location.
Yeah, I love it here. Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with more Brody Buster after this. Don't go anywhere.
I said I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear shades.
Welcome back to Behind the Spotlight, hanging here tonight with Brody Buster. You have a really cool start in the music industry. So first of all, B.B. King, can you tell us a little story about how he basically discovered you? Yeah,
my mom, I lived in Memphis for a little bit, and my mom would take me down to Beale Street and drop me off down there. And I would play for tips all night as a little kid. And B.B. King saw me playing for tips one night on the sidewalk and invited me into his club. And they eventually bought me my work permit so I could stay on Beale Street and play for tips and not get in trouble. And eventually he let me play with him a few times. And when he was around, he always tried to help me out whenever he could, whenever he could. And he definitely, if it wasn't for him, I definitely would not be where I'm at today.
And I think at one point he called you the best harmonica player.
Yeah, he said
ever.
Said the greatest harmonica player of our time.
He said that.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And it changed my life, and he did a lot for me. Yep.
I appreciate though that you say that so nonchalantly, like it hasn't inflated your ego at all.
No, I don't. I play music, and but I don't look at it as anything crazy. This is just what I do.
Just kind of love it.
Yeah.
So when you were playing on the street, did you get any weird things in your tip bucket?
I mean, the older I get, sometimes the weirder the things get.
I'm curious. You gotten some interesting items in there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That are TV appropriate?
I don't know if they're TV appropriate.
Not a single one?
I don't know. No, not really. Lots of phone numbers and stuff. I guess you could say that.
Phone numbers?
Yeah, you could say that. Use phone numbers.
Do you ever call them?
I did with a waitress one time.
And at least you knew who it was, right?
Yeah, it was a waitress at the place I worked. Okay. I think that was so random going about it. I did that one time. Yeah.
Well, because I'm sure sometimes it's like, it's a phone number, but I have no idea whose number this is. Why would I call this?
Yes,
and like, hey, I'm the guy on the street. That's so normal.
Yes.
So tell us about performing in Kansas City. What has been some of your favorite venues to play at?
Well, I played at Crossroads this summer. That was awesome.
Nice.
We opened up for Samantha Fisher. That was awesome. I like the Riot Room a lot. I like the Westport Saloon a lot. I like Harling's a lot when it was around. I missed the Grand Emporium when it was around.
Yeah, you said you played there a bunch when you were getting
Grand
started.
Emporium. Kansas City in general has a great music scene.
Yeah.
And I've always, there's a million other places too. The New Record Bar is a great room.
Yeah.
I've seen that's a great room. They've got a really good scene here and plenty of places to play.
So in the past, you have shared the stage with the likes of Quincy Jones,
Yep.
obviously, B.B. King, Chaka Khan. Like, these are some big players.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience.
It's life's a roller coaster ride, and it's all by chance. I never really tried to do any of this. Like, I got lucky. I've always been like right place, right time thing. And I ended up playing with Quincy Jones because some dude saw me playing at the Grand Emporium one night and knew someone that knew someone at some festival in Switzerland, and boom, that's how it happened.
Some festival in Switzerland.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just blessed and really lucky.
So what is the lesson here, though? Because to me, it sounds like if you just keep going at it, you keep playing, you keep exposing yourself no matter where.
Dude, and that's true. And I mean, I feel like I'm proof of that for sure. I'm 32, but I've been doing this professionally for like 25 years. Like, I started when I was young, playing all the time. And when I get to be even older, I'll have been doing it, I've already been doing it more than I've been alive.
Yeah.
So by the time I get older, I'll be doing it forever and ever and ever. And that's true. If you just keep pushing, then you'll get somewhere. But location has something to do with that too, because a lot of that happened when you were in Tennessee, right? Tennessee, LA,
Yeah.
but the Switzerland thing happened here in Kansas City.
No kidding, that was here.
I mean, you just never know, but you always got to put yourself out there, and you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna go move here and move there. That all has to happen by chance. There has to be a reason that you end up going there.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, it's all by chance. It really is.
Sometimes I wonder, like, do you just have such good karma? The universe is.
I would hope so. I try to be a good person.
Maybe you're just a good person.
I try to be a good person.
And also talented. I mean, we cannot diminish the fact that you are playing 4 instruments at once.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a skill that has taken a lot of practice. Tell us about the process of learning all these
I got
instruments.
lucky there because I started young. When I in Paola, Kansas, that's a small town. I lived out in really Hillsdale, Kansas originally, which is like the middle of nowhere. It's country out there. My mom gave me a harmonica to keep me busy by chance, and that's where it all started.
So you're 9 years old. There's not quite internet yet.
No,
or maybe the beginnings of it.
Yeah.
So you didn't really have any other options. You're like, well, I guess I'll play this harmonica.
Yeah, I mean, I had dogs and cats, and we just play outside, and I'd play harmonica, and eventually she bought me a guitar at a garage sale by chance, and then it just kept going from there. It all really started as one day she called the Randy Miller morning show, and I played harmonica over the phone. And then people heard that, and then after that, it just all came together.
And you were, what, 9?
I was like 7 or 8. Yeah.
She was like, here's my baby son.
Yeah.
Like killing it on the harmonica.
And I played over the phone, and then someone from the Kansas City Star got a hold of my mom. And then after that, somebody approached my mom and was like, hey, can we help him start a band? And then it was just boom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no one ever planned it or pushed it or anything.
But I wonder too if your mom was also seeing some of your natural talent for music to develop, because I think it's interesting that you were not classically trained, you don't read music, you do it all by ear. Yeah,
well, she was in bands too, so yeah, she probably saw that I could play the harmonica. She knew that I was. She was like, wow. So she was probably like, maybe other people would be like, wow.
Yeah.
And then,
well, she was seeing that you were picking things up.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah. No. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So. And
so, any particular reason why you chose to stick to the harmonica? Because it's kind of a unique instrument. Not everybody.
Well, that is cool. And I don't necessarily say I'd stick to it either. I've always tried. I picked up lots more instruments along the way, obviously, and I'm always trying to pick up more and more. But the harmonica is definitely always a consistent for me because I am good at it, and because it is a little unique, I guess, and because that's where I got my start. And and it's really cool. You can make melodies and do all this at the same time. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another instrument you can really do that with. I mean, you can't make melodies with a saxophone and play guitar at the same time because you got to have your hands for the saxophone. No. So it's like a whole other instrument that you don't even have to have your hands for.
You can literally just attach it.
Yeah, you don't have to have your hands. Like I'm trying to think of another one. Maybe like the kazoo.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like flute recorder.
You have to have your hands.
Oh, that's true.
You gotta have your hands.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what makes it really unique, especially for a one-man band scenario.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did you ever have a day job throughout all this?
Yeah, dude. I've honestly had a day job and always kind of kept a day job. Not really.
Okay,
I don't really anymore. I've worked
What have you done?
I've worked at Papakino's Pizza since I was 17.
No kidding.
17 or 18. The one in Lawrence, the one in Westport, the one in Overland Park. I don't work there that much anymore, but I've worked there for so long that I can, go away for as long as I want and come back and be like, okay, work a shift this winter and hang out.
Well, it kind of, you would need to work at a job where that's possible.
Yeah, and it's not even I don't even work there anymore. Yeah, I do love them though. They've always helped me out throughout the years, and and I must say it's great pizza.
It's good pizza.
I can't lie, dude. I can't lie.
So, I mean, what advice do you have for somebody who is starting off? Because I know a lot of people go with day jobs and music part-time.
Yeah.
You seem to have taken the music full-time route.
Yeah, and one part of that is, I turned myself into a one-man band out of necessity. If it were up to me, I'd be having, a full band the whole time. But I had 2 kids, and I had to figure out a way to do this and really make money and actually make a living doing this. And that was condense myself down to one person and be able to tour that way and be able to, do it that way for now. And, hopefully this will take off to the point where it even does even better, and then I can add more to it later. Like I can add everybody else later. But for right now, the music game's tough, especially on weeknights. Like in Kansas City, if you want to make money on a weeknight as a 3-4 piece band, it ain't happening. And if you want to support anything, you got I had to become one person.
That's a good point.
A DJ is essentially the same thing. It's
totally
one person.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I've condensed myself down to one person, but I don't, and I just keep trucking, dude, and just keep pushing and take any gig you can get at first and keep rolling.
I mean, did that become a sort of motivating factor, having kids? Was it
for sure.
Okay, I gotta
Yeah, before I had kids, I wasn't even playing that much music anymore. I was playing more rock and roll and playing some blues still. Wasn't doing the one-man band. Working at that pizza place a lot. I was also a door guy at the Bottleneck in Lawrence. And had kids, started picking up music a little bit more, and I was doing better at that than anything else. And it's thank God I did, because it's been working out better and better and better, and it's working. So.
Well, it sounds like at the end of the day, this was your true passion.
Yeah, for sure, and then, I've started so young that I probably naturally had to drop out for a minute to even get back involved in it,
Sure. What's the future like for you? Do you have, I know you're working on a new album, or you're going to be working on a new album.
There'll be a new album out over the winter or sometime soon. And I've got lots of touring coming up, which it's the first time I've toured in a long time. I'm going to Canada soon. There's talks of going to Europe and stuff in 2018. And all over the place, and just really blessed and really lucky, and that's the future, and we'll see where it goes. Like I said earlier, right? Life's a roller coaster ride. We'll see how long this one lasts, dude.
That's awesome.
It's up and down.
And just quickly, tell us the name of your newest album.
Right now, it's just Brody Buster's one-man band. This was the next album I am going to do. The first album I did was a full band album. I did the one-man band album. The second album, or the next album I do, is just going to be Brody Buster, and I'm going to do whatever I want on it. It's going to be some one-man band, some full band, literally whatever I want to do this time, and put it out there, and then hopefully at that point be able to tour with a few other musicians as well.
Awesome.
But for now, just touring by myself.
Sounds good. Brody Buster, one-man band. We'll be right back after this.
I said, 'cause all that I said, we're waiting on this September.
All right, I hope you enjoyed Brody Buster Band. We do have one more song coming up. It's called Into the Wind.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit more about Into the Wind, the inspiration.
Well, that one's a relationship-y one. I try to not write too many songs like that. 2029 is more of a story type thing. Yeah, it's more of a story type thing, and this one's more of a relationship-y one, I guess.
Oh, relationship.
I know,
it's okay.
no,
Relationships are like one of the most important things in life. So don't.
I guess that's true.
No, it is true. It's actually a scientific fact. There's like a Harvard study on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there.
I'm sure you're right.
You're like, just not smile and nod.
Yes.
All right, Into the Wind by Brody Buster Band. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
you hide beneath your lies, yeah. I'm tired of the truth hurting more than a lie. And if there's heaven on earth, why the angels fly so high? And no matter how hard, you know I'll try to discipline right in and slip on by, yeah. Well, all those things you said to me weren't as easy as you said they'd be. Maybe for you, I said it's not for me. Turn on the radio, it's time to let go and just throw it away, oh yeah, into the wind. I said into the wind.